going on? What's going on? What's going on? So, you guys had some good stuff on my recovery video or my recovery week vlog video that I did, and I just wanted to hit on a couple things really quick. Some people had some great comments, and today I wanted to address one of those comments. Someone had asked, they wanted to see more of like a deep dive into my training. So they want to know kind of a little bit more about how my week is built, what my structure looks like, things of that nature. For this week coming up, the week of November 20th, we got Thanksgiving week. Basically, yeah, it is going to be one of my bigger weeks. It is overall around 18 and a half hours for total ride volume. It doesn't seem, okay, well, for me, it doesn't seem like that much ride volume realistically. Usually, I mean, I train 20 plus hours a week. We're now starting to ramping into that and building that up. Just to hit on this week, what I have going on, calendar down below, as you can see, I have on Monday is my rest day, which is actually today. But then Tuesday, tomorrow, I'll be doing 3 hours. Remember I did in a vlog, I talked about the wind-ups of the tractor pulls that I did during my ride. I'm actually going to do those in the first part of this ride, and then I will be riding lots of zone 2, and then in about the last 35 minutes of the ride, I'm gonna knock out a 30-minute block of tempo. Now that tempo block is gonna be pretty controlled. For me, target-wise, we set threshold to 340, and for the tempo block, I'm gonna be targeting 238 to 272 for 30 minutes. To be honest, I don't think that's gonna be a big deal. I think I'm gonna knock it out and feel really good and be like, hey, I could have gone 45 minutes. I could have gone an hour at that power. So anyways, that's something that I'll be doing on Tuesday. And then because it's Thanksgiving week, I'm moving into Wednesday being a long aerobic endurance ride. I'm just gonna ride zone 2 for that entire time. For me, I'll probably be about 220-ish watts. You know, my zone 2 range for that ride is 205 watts to 240 watts. So I'll be riding kind of in the probably 220, 225 range. And I'll be riding that, and then at the end of that ride, I'm actually going to move into some high cadence fatigue work where I'll start to move. Those will actually be tempo. But yeah, I'll do like a minute at like 90 RPM, and then I'll do a minute at like 95, and I'll do a minute at 100, and then I'll do a minute at the max cadence that I can hold for a minute, which will probably be around 120, 125. But I'm also gonna be pushing the watts. I'll be pushing each of those. Will start to like, each one will build in watts, and the last one I'll be doing, I don't know, between 250 and 285 watts, something like that. So it's actually kind of on the tempo end. And then Thursday is gonna be a recovery spin, 1 hour, because it's Thanksgiving Day. Now, I could have gone out and I could have done a massive ride that day, like I have usually done in the past, but with it being Thanksgiving, I'm just gonna chill, hang out with family in the morning, and then go over to my mom's place for Thanksgiving in the afternoon, Thanksgiving dinner. And then, yeah, I'll move into the weekend, and the weekend's gonna be structured like this. We're going to go Friday, will be endurance with the aerobic high cadence work. Again, there's not gonna be any tempo on that, I believe. So again, I'm just gonna do 3-ish hours of just 220 zone 2 work, and then the last, I don't know, half hour I'm gonna do that high cadence work again into tempo. And then Sunday, I'm actually going to repeat what I'm doing on Tuesday. So it'll be about 3 hours, 15 minutes. I'm going to be doing the wind-ups in the beginning of the ride, but something that will be changing is the tempo at the end of the ride. Remember on Tuesday I said I'm doing 30-minute tempo. On Saturday I'm going to be doing 40-minute tempo at the same wattage of 240 to 275 in that range. And then Sunday will just be a long progressive endurance ride. I'm just gonna go out. I'm going to just ride low zone 2, like 210 watts for probably an hour and a half. Then I'm gonna move up into mid zone 2, ride 220, 225 for about probably another hour and a half, puts me around 3 hours, and then the last final bit I'll ride in the upper limit on my zone 2, which will be about probably 240, and I'll do that to finish off a 4-hour 15-minute ride day. And yeah, that is my week. So with that, let's fast forward now and now jump into Tuesday's workout. Today's ride, we're riding indoors. Why? Because it's raining and it's like 30 or 40 degrees outside. So not doing that. We had like snow flurries this morning. It's too cold, too wet. Don't want to get sick. Anyways, riding Zwift. Today, 3 hours on tap. Like I showed you previously, gonna be doing those tractor pull like wind up sprints into endurance, and then doing 30 minutes of tempo work. But this is how I want to structure the ride. When it comes to fueling, I think fueling is super important. So for the endurance rides, I've been doing like 50 to 40 or 40 to 50 grams of carbs per ride. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the first hour to 2 hours. I'm going to be just using first 2 hours, 40 grams of carbs per hour. So hour 1, hour 2. Now, the final hour, when I have the tempo, I'll start using 80 grams per hour. So I'll start the hour off with the first half doing around 40 grams, and then the second half during the tempo effort, I will fuel the final 40 grams of carbs. So I'll be doing 80 in the last hour, but I'll be doing 40 in each hour up to that point. That's kind of my fueling strategy. Right now, I'm actually trying SIS beta fuel. I don't know if you guys saw the recent article come out about how pros are really throwing down lots of carbs now. I've already been doing that. I used to use Mortine. That was one of the brands that was named in the article. Just found that the drink mix was a little bit tough to get proper when you're out and about. Like, you had to have the right water pH and calcium levels and whatnot. It was complicated. Anyways, it turned to gel if it wasn't proper. So I use Never Second. Never Second gives me some issues every now and then, like stomach wise, when I start to really fuel with it. I don't know if it's too acidic or what it is, but sometimes my stomach will get upset. So I'm gonna try SIS now for the next couple months. I'm gonna try their stuff. They have different gels, the isotonic gels and whatnot, but I'm going to just use their beta fuel line. It's their dual stuff. So basically it's a 1 to 0.8 ratio of maltodextrin and fructose. So that's kind of where I'm going today. Anyways, throw this in the bottle. This is my last hour bottle. First 2 hours I'll just use water and gels. Let's go. Oh, I also live stream this, so. All right, just finished my workout. We actually had the live stream going. So people are watching right now. Super cool. Check out the live stream. I live streamed the entire workout. Anyways, 3 hours done. Time to go and get nutrition dialed in, take a shower, throw the Normatec boots on, relax, recover. Another big day tomorrow. Oh, that was fun. That was a fun ride. Super fun. Anyways, yeah. I live streamed that whole thing. It was a blast hanging out with people, chatting like the whole 3 hours. Super fun stuff. So recovery is key, and I always go with some sort of protein or yes, protein, but I also go something with some carbs in it. So I'm trying this out, SIS. Like I said, I kind of switched over to SIS. This protein mix is actually really solid. I was reading through it. I didn't realize this before, but it's it's like 20 grams of carb, 23 grams of carbs. It's 20 grams of protein, so it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. And then on top of that, man, it's got like B6, folate, iron, magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, E, all kinds of good things that you actually need just to stay healthy and whatnot. So yeah, so I'm testing this stuff out. What's going on with my cat? And this is kind of my quick way of just refueling super quickly. So I'll do this, and then after that, take a shower. Then I'll actually make some real food and get some real food into my system. But hey, today's workout was solid. Really enjoyed that. For being on the trainer, it wasn't that bad. I thought I was gonna just be freaking bored and hate it today, but it was good. A lot of fun. The live stream is cool. Check that out. It's somewhere on my channel. Yeah, a lot of good questions. Guys stuck around for almost the whole 3 hours. Like, it was insane. So anyways, just gonna recover, eat food, drink tomorrow outside, hopefully. And I got a whopping 4 hours on tap, so it'll be fun. So really quick, Lactigo. I've talked about it before. I did a review video on it. I've been using it for several years now. Several by meaning, I think I started in 2020 and it's 2023. So yeah, it's been several years. It's been more than a couple of years. Anyways, I like Lactigo. I use it pre and post ride all the time. So Chaz 15 gets you $15 off your first bottle, or Chaz 20 gets you 20% off your whole entire order. Check them out. Good stuff. Alright, so I'm getting ready to start my ride. I really hope it doesn't rain. It's not supposed to rain, but it looks kind of ugh. Anyways, new headphones. I talked about these yesterday during the live stream that I did when I was doing my 3-hour workout on Zwift. If you haven't seen the live stream, go check it out. A lot of Q&As. But I don't know. Sad story. My Bose headphones, the in-ear green and gray ones I had, they died. I put them in my back pocket, and then I washed them in the stinking washing machine, and then I didn't know about it, and I threw them in the dryer, and anyways, they're dead. They don't work anymore. They play music, but the buttons don't work, and it's annoying because then I can't turn them off, and they're connected to my phone forever afterwards until they die. Stupid. Anyways, trying out these new ones. They're like, what, the Shocks or whatever. I don't know if I like them. I'll see how today goes, but yeah. Anyways, I dropped my 20-minute power video today, and that was a really hard video for me to drop. I wasn't real excited about it, but I dropped it, and I've already got some good comments on it, and I just want to say thank you to the community that follows me. Your comments were very uplifting, and I really enjoyed that. You know, it just shows, like, being real and authentic is huge, and that goes a long ways, and that's something I really try to do. You know, I'm not here to make the money. I'm not here to land huge sponsors and all that stuff. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's not my end goal. My end goal is just to be real and authentic with you guys. And that video, I was like, I don't want to, but I posted it, and your response as viewers has been huge, and I just want to say thank you. Now let's go ride. like the only time of day where you get to ride faster in cars. Everyone's like in bumper to bumper traffic. No idea why, but it is what it is. Gotta love the bike. All right, so I messed up. It is chilly. I mean, I think it's like 52 degrees. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's windy. Dude, this wind is like slicing through my thermal jersey and my hands are frozen. I should have brought gloves. Rookie mistake number one. So I wanted to share just a little bit about how I got into cycling. When I started, kind of like where I'm at now. So high school, actually junior high, my buddy was into watching the Tour de France. So I started watching it too. Lance Armstrong, man, really was cool then. I know all this stuff that happened, but still, in junior high, watching him, man, it was like, whoa. Yeah. Got like Walmart mountain bikes. Started riding like 3-4 miles a day. Then my dad, well, his dad was gonna buy him a road bike. My dad was like, yeah, we'll buy you a road bike too. My mom to this day is like, your dad took you out, didn't say nothing, comes home, dropped like 3,000 on the road bike out of nowhere. And I was like, what? Well, Mom, if it wasn't for that road bike, who knows what I'd be doing today and where I would be. Anyways, so I started riding that. Me and my buddy really got into it. I think I was probably 17, high school. I think it was my junior year. I met Steve Grusis. He's on YouTube as a cycling Greek, but I met him. I think I saw him at like the Belmont time trial or something, and he was passing out flyers about joining a team. I think even like coaching, providing coaching. So I got invited to go out and do this ride with him, the Grizzly Century. Never ridden at the 100 miles in my life. I've never done that much climbing, and it was so cold, so rainy. I was not prepared. I go out, ride with him and his buddy, and oh my gosh, it was awful. I had to quit like probably 70 miles in. But we like did something weird. We did the route backwards. I froze on this climb. It was awful. But he's the one that kind of got me into possibly joining a team, possibly racing. So then I'm like, hey, I want to join this team. My parents say okay. It was like CSC or something. It wasn't like it was a local team. It was cool. Anyway, so I joined that team, and that's where I learned how to race. And Steve actually coached me a little bit for like a year or so. Didn't have power mirrors then. It was all heart rate based. But yeah, so I went from 5 to a 4, and then I was kind of stuck there. And then graduated high school 2010. I moved to the East Coast for like a year or so. My mom moved out here. So I was like, I want to come out here, go to college, and yeah, experience that. That's where I met my wife, Heather. I raced a little bit out here on the Kelly Benefits team. It's the Cat 4. And then I moved back home in to California in 2012. And proposed to my wife. We got married in 2013. I started racing again right before we got married as a Cat 4. And that's when I met Tyler, the Beacon Cyclist. We were on team together, and that's kind of where things kind of went from there. So I joined this team. It's called Integrity Racing. It's a local team in Fresno. No longer exists. But I joined that team. Myself, Tyler, Pierce is on the team. Nick Baird, you may know him from the Ride Bikes team when I was on it, and he's on it up to this last year. Tony Wolf, Tyler's coach. I don't know if he still coaches Tyler. I don't think he does. But Tony Wolf from ATP Coaching, he was on the team until he moved. Anyways, there's like 4 of us. We were all bros. We were all hung out a lot together, did training together. So I'm on that team, Cat 4. Cat up to Cat 3 with all those guys. We all kind of wanted to like cat up together, so we help each other out. Then we all eventually catted up to Cat 2s. Nick and Tony got to Cat 1 before me and Tyler because they're sprinters. It's easier to win races and get points. And then they would change teams. I went to Cat 1 in 2015. I think Tyler's still a Cat 2, but he's been doing the impossible route stuff. So anyways, 2015, that's when I go Cat 1. Maybe it was 2016, somewhere in there. And yeah, I mean, Tyler put together the SP2 squad. I was on that. He put together the Ride Bike squad. I was on that. And that's when in end of 2021 is when I moved, and that's when I got the contract for Skyline. So I moved back to the East Coast, told my wife, let's do it, let's move out of California, let's go back to the East Coast, live out our days. So we moved back here, got the contract with Skyline, went from Cat 1 domestic to now UCI Continental Professional. That's where I've been. That's been kind of my progression, my story. I'm still good friends with Tyler. We don't talk as much. I'm still really good friends with Nick. I actually coach Nick Baird. I coach him, and we're good friends. He's actually joining Team Skyline Domestic Elite Team for this next year, so I'm super excited about that. So he'll technically like be on the team. Yeah, all cool things. It's kind of my story from starting and riding to where I'm at now. I don't know if I've ever shared that, so there you go. Such a good ride. Such a good ride. Man, I felt so good today. I mean, given that 3-hour ride yesterday on the trainer, with all those wind-ups and tempo, today the legs were primo. Felt really good. Yeah, just over 4 hours, about 4 hours, 7 minutes. Well, it's been a fun week. I think I'm gonna call it there for the vlog. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so enjoy, and as always, keep riding and training hard. See you guys next time.